Hey guys, it's Venom here with a deck profile. I'm bringing you my Watts for the September 2012 ban list. This ban list that I'm currently using for this deck is unconfirmed, but there isn't much difference with my actual deck. It's just one card different from being legal in the March 2012 format. So it's not far off, but if this September ban list that I'm using this for is true, I will be using this deck for the next format. So let's go ahead and jump into the deck. You've got 3 Wattgiraffes. It's the best Watt monster you have. It's not the best, but it's the strongest of all the Watts for the most part. It's got 1200 attack. It can attack directly, and whenever it attacks, if the attack is successful and it hits, then it negates all effects, spells, and traps, and monster effects, and everything. They can't activate them for the rest of the turn. So it's really good if you want to. If they have a Thunder King out and you want a special summon turn or main phase 2 or something like that, you can negate that effect of negating special summons. So really good there. Next up, you've got triple Wattcobra. Basically, he attacks directly for 1,000, which is his attack, and then he adds a Watt from your deck to your hand. Then you've got 2 Wattpheasants. I was thinking about running one of this, but I decided running 2 because with the ban list, Inzectors are gone, but Windups and Dino Rabbits are still there, and this basically kills any Exceeds, which is Dino Rabbits and Windups, so this really helps out a lot in the end. So I decided to run 2 of it. Plus it's special summonable by Dragonfly and searchable by Cobra or whatever. Can't remember their names for some reason. You've got 3 Wattdragonflies. Special summons any Watt monster. This is important because I'll show you another Watt monster that's technically not in the archetype, but it is at the same time. But anyways, special summons any Watt monster, including Watthopper, which is for the Hopper Lock. Now for the Hopper Lock, I only run 2 Hoppers. I think the third is unnecessary, and if you lose one of them you're not going to lose one of them at all. They might go to grave, then you just recycling batteries them back to your hand, or Monster Reborn, get it back. Then you've got it back. Now, I run the personal tech of 2 Wattaildragons. It allows me to run a rank 6, but I have no extra deck built yet. But it allows me to run 1 Photon Strike Bouncer in the end, so it allows me for that. It's special summonable by Wattdragonfly, and whenever your opponent is playing you, and you've got these wimpy little Watts, all of a sudden 2500 beat stick can change the game if they're expecting a 1200 or less attack monster. So you've got 1 Honest. Every card in this deck is light, so therefore Honest can help all monsters. Last but not least, 2 Effect Veilers. With Inzectors being nailed by the ban list, the 3rd Veiler is not as needed, so just 2 is fine. For the spells, you've got triple 1 Day of Peace. It works really well with the Watt archetype. Basically, you attack directly, then you activate this. You're not going to take any damage when their weak attacks gets run over, and you get the draw card. So it's really good in the end. 2 Pot of Dualities. You never special summon unless it's on your opponent's turn for the most part. So it's kind of good. 2 Recycling Batteries to return any of the Watts back to your deck or your hand. You've got a Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, and Heavy Storm for the staples. Then you run triple MST. Killing back row is very important, so you have to have the triple MST for that. For your traps, you've got 2 Fiendish Chains. Fiendish Chain is basically another effect builder that stops them from attacking also. And sorry for the background noise. That's my mom going in and out of the house because we're working on stuff outside and inside, so you might hear that once or twice more in the video. But anyways, you've got the Solemn Brigade. I think it's necessary in almost every deck. There are exceptions, such as a deck that pays a lot of life points. Or something like 6 Samurais, which you don't need Solemn Judgment in that deck because you've got Musakani Magatama, stuff like that. But this deck doesn't have any of that, and it doesn't care about its life points as much, so the Solemn Brigade is kind of necessary with this deck. 2 Mirror Force, with the ban list that I'm talking about, the September ban list. Mirror Force will be semi-limited, but it might not be true, so this Mirror Force might end up being thrown back out of the deck, and then me throwing in one random, who knows what, probably a 3rd Dimensional Prison. Which leads me to my next card, 2 Dimensional Prisons. 2 Dimensional Prisons and 2 Mirror Forces is really good. It pretty much guarantees that your opponent's not going to get many attacks off, which I like. And then the very last trap card of the deck is 2 Torrential Tribute. It's a really good card, and it's the only card in your own deck that'll hurt your Watthopper lock, so you don't have to worry about it. The extra deck is in the making, and so is the side deck. The extra deck I know will have mostly rank 4s. It'll have Gachi Gantetsu, 1 or 2 of him. It'll have a rank 6, probably Photon Strike Bouncer, and it might have a Synchro or 2. It'll probably have Cataster and Armory Arm and Black Rose or something like that. Not 100% sure on how my extra deck's going to look, but for now, that's the deck. If you enjoyed the video, rate, comment, subscribe, and if you have any questions on the September 2000 ban list that I'm talking about, the rumored one, I will try to re-find the link and post it in the description, and I will also tell you guys the ban list real quick, what it was, or for what I can remember. Going to 0 from the newly added banned cards would be Future Fusion and crap, I can't remember the other one. It's not Blackluster Soldier, sadly, but Future Fusion and Brionic, one of the few good 6-star synchros. So they're trying to kill synchros yet again. Limited is Inzektor Dragonfly, Inzektor Hornet. I think Wind Up, Carriers, and maybe I want to say Rescue Rabbit is either limited or semi-limited. That's all I can remember. There's more. But semi-limited, there's Mirror Force, obviously. There's also Rescue Rabbit and Tour Guide. And there was one other big one that I can't remember. I don't know what it is. And then no longer limited, unlimited is, I know there's a Magical Cylinder, and I can't remember the rest. So if you enjoyed the video, rate, comment, subscribe down below. And remember what I just told you guys on the ban list stuff, that is not confirmed. It could be false, it could be not real, you know. It's so far the one that I believe the most out of all the fake ones that are out. So it might be real, it might not be. Guess we'll find out in a few weeks. If you enjoyed the video, rate, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment down below on what I could do better. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Go check out the others.